Okay, so hi, my name is Bryce or Crisis, Young Life Crisis, whatever you want to call me. And this is obviously my first kind of video like this. I have mainly just been posting post why am I fucking peeking the mic? I hope that I'm not actually peeking the mic. That would suck. That would really suck. But this is my first time posting a video like this. I typically have posted just AMVs, little edits that I've been making, and those are fun. I enjoy those, but I've wanted to talk about deeper subjects. You know what I'm saying? I've wanted to put my experience in my 20 years as a human into words and throw them into the ether like many other people do. So I think that why not give it a shot, you know? So let me start this video off by saying I am not a scholar of any sorts. I am a 20-year-old undergraduate student, father, and worker. That's it. That's it. I'm doing my general studies right now. I have a plan for a degree, but I'm not studying anything eccentric or big right now. Just a continuation. High school part 2. That's where I'm at right now. But I think that every human has an experience that may be worth sharing. And I'm really not even going to talk about any like experiences in the sense of what you might think, just more or less the things that come from the compobulation of experiences that we all have, from the point of gaining consciousness to the stage of where you are right now when you're watching this video, if you are. Is this video going to be seen by a ton of people? Probably not. Is that okay? Yes. Yes, it is, because I'm doing this for me, not you, me. But anyways, if you are watching this, thank you so much. Maybe think about subscribing. I plan to do more stuff like this at later times, probably more put together, make a script. I don't really like the idea of making scripts that much because I don't know, sometimes I feel like just reading what you've already written down can be a little disingenuous. I personally believe that just turning on the camera and turning on the microphone and talking is a little bit more of a sensual pause. I think that just turning on the camera and the microphone and talking is a more genuine form of expression because you have to riff. You have to make it all up as you go. So that's what we're going to do. And today, I would like to talk about the lovely and scary, beautiful and ugly, all in one human condition, or at least what the word human condition means to me. I think that as people, we subscribe different meanings to different words and expressions that we see fit, because you really can't compare the experiences of one person to the person next to them. Everybody has different moments in their life where they experience different things, but also if you experience a similar situation to someone, they probably did not see everything in that situation the same way you did, just because we're all different. You know, we are literally just giant flesh mechs being piloted by a little flesh computer. That's that's it. That's literally all we are. That's scary. That is very scary. Um the thought that This is just the form that my flesh computer decided to take is very, very odd. I think that it's something that's that it is. It is something. Recently, I've been feeling a lot, a lot of different emotions, a lot of emotions in general. I have been allowing myself to feel those things way more than I ever have at any point in my given life. I have been trying my hardest to find the ways to address those feelings in a healthy format. The format that it has taken for me is creativity, such as making the little AMVs that you see on the earlier videos in this channel, and also the way of creative writing, such as like poems and things like that. And I've also been keeping a dream journal because I have started dreaming again, which has been a very, very welcomed and interesting experience. So, really, what I want to get into here with this video is just the idea of why. Why do we do the things we do? Why why do some people shove feelings and emotions down so far until they themselves can't even face them when it comes time? But others have this really, I wouldn't say easy time, but others have a lot less of a hard time um putting putting those feelings into a healthier format and facing them, which is what you need to do, at least in my personal opinion, to allow them to like make their changes, because change is inevitable. Everybody changes. Some people for the better, some people for the worse. I don't really want to get into the whole nurture over nature thing and how that tends to play out in a person's psyche to some degree. But really, I want to talk to people. I want to hear about different experiences from different kinds of people all over the world. I I think that we all like to know that we're not alone. I think that is a big part of the human experience. Being human, camaraderie is a huge deal, because if we're all on this giant spinning rock in the middle of nowhere together, so we might as well get to know each other while we're here. That's the belief that I have, that I subscribe to. And it pains me that there are people who would rather just stay in their own little worlds. They will never know the joy of having a genuine conversation with someone where you open your mind and you step into their world for a little bit. I personally love that. It is one of my favorite things about talking to new people. And also, I think an issue that goes hand in hand with that is that a lot of people only want to talk about superficial things. No, I haven't really had many deep conversations with a new person in a very, very long time. Most people, it's very simple, very to the point. What are you doing today? How was your day? That's good. That's not good. What are you gonna eat tonight? What are you gonna do tonight? What are your plans? Stuff like that. And that's cool. Those conversations are good to have as well. Like, I'm not hating on the people who simply do that. It's not very, very interesting to me, because typically what it leads to is just a revolving door of the same questions every day. Different day, same shit. That's I feel like that's kind of what that idea leads to. That's what can happen when you get stuck in that. And I'm speaking from just personal experience, from what I've seen, and also from what I've done, because I used to hate deeper thinking. I used to hate trying to put meaning in mundane, everyday things. But recently, after going outside and touching grass and experiencing other humans, I personally believe that everything has a deeper meaning. Whether we want it to or not, I think our subconscious imbues our words, no matter how bland they may seem, with some sort of deeper meaning. And I really do believe that most people want to have deeper conversations and they want to talk about things that most people might not want to talk about. But I think society has brain rotted certain people to the point where they can't. It's taxing and it's being emotionally vulnerable to a person that you may not even know. You may not want to be emotionally vulnerable to that person, and that's okay. Everybody reserves the right to give their vulnerability to who they deem fit to receive said vulnerability. But personally, I I like talking to strangers. It's nice. I go to Walmart down the street, and if I like a person's outfit, I don't want to shy away from telling them. I want to be strong enough in my own accord to be like, hey, I like the fit. That fit fire. You got that shit on. And I think that the world could really begin to heal if more of us took that approach. Am I wrong? Maybe. I might be. As I've said at the beginning, I'm not a scholar. I am an undergraduate student. That's just that. But, but I don't know if you necessarily. I think if I was sitting here trying to tell you that things were completely and utterly factual when I didn't know if they were, I think that that's where a scholar should step in. But I am really just talking about how I feel about certain aspects of the world, and it's an opinion. This is all opinion based. I'm just spitting random shit into a microphone. I'm going to cut this video up it whatever makes me think that I've done what I wanted to do with it, and then I'm going to toss it into the abyss that is the internet and see what happens. I think that the world is a beautiful place, but modern media wants to focus on the ugly a lot more than the beautiful. I heard a saying earlier in a video I was watching, and it was talking about how the title was the question, is the world getting worse? And it was by this girl. I'll look for her channel. It's obviously in my history. But I know that her name is Savannah. I just don't remember the channel name. So I'll find it and I'll link it down below. I'll link the video that I was watching down below. Go check it out. It's very insightful, very deep video. Made me think. Um, but so I was watching that video and the title is The World Getting Worse. Just caught my attention. It was just like, is it? Because I personally try to keep all of my feeds as positive as I can. I won't lie. I enjoy me a little bit of drama. You know what I'm saying? I be paying slight attention to the internet drama. But I don't want to only see that. And I don't like modern news outlets because I feel like they really just show evil in the world and they just show negativity and ugliness. And we all know that that's out there. That's not anything new. There are evil people in this world. There are people that would rather do evil things than help their neighbor. And that's their choice. It sucks. And they will get what is coming to them, or at least I believe they will. I think karma is a very real thing. But as a media outlet that has the eyes of whole nations, if not the whole world, on it, why aren't we showing the beauty? Why aren't we showing good human interactions? Showing people what we really can be if we just communicate and try to put differences aside. I think that they would much rather sow more distance between us than they would try to insinuate togetherness. And that's something to be said about them that I'm probably not very qualified to say what it does say about them. Not a scholar, just a dude. But I personally think that as humans and as neighbors in this crazy rock that is just spinning in the middle of nowhere, I think that we could all do a little bit better in communicating and trying our hardest to understand where the other person is coming from. I mean, we only live once. Let me rephrase that. I don't like that saying. I don't like the saying we only live once. I think that it should be we only die once. We live every single day. The moment that you wake up to the moment that you close your eyes at night. We live every single day, every single hour that our eyes are open. We are taking in information, we are processing it, and we are turning it into experiences and how we see different things. And it's beautiful. If you really, really sit back and look at it, it's an amazing thing that we're able to be here, no matter which side you subscribe to, science or religion. It is a miracle on both sides, at least to my understanding, that we are here. In religion, which the main religion that I am knowledgeable in is Christianity. So the story of Adam and Eve, we were made out of dirt, and we just were there. God was like, "Yo, the animals are cool, but like, who's gonna rule the animals?" And so he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna make this dude out of dirt," and he made him out of dirt. Then he made Eve out of his rib cage, which I don't know how that can happen, but it can apparently. So that's cool. That's a miracle. That's a fucking miracle right there. Right there. That's a miracle. If you look at the science side of things, if you look at evolution, we were algae in the ocean. We were literally just floating around for who knows how long. We didn't know things. We were just there. And then out of nowhere, we were like, I'm going to go for a walk. And we walked our ass out of the ocean. And now you have to do calculus. How the fuck did we get here? From sticks and stones to being able to record both audio and video at the same time on the same device. We have root beer. We have root beer. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that we'd ever make it this far? If you were to go back in time and talk to some of the first humans, they wouldn't understand you. That's one thing, because communication was very different back then. But they'd also probably look at you like a totally different species just because of what has changed since then. I mean, we have so much knowledge at our fingertips right now. You can literally find almost any book for free through some sort of digging. And I think that a lot of people take what we have for granted. And it sucks because not everybody has the ability that someone else may have to access these things. I think that we are all born with the birthright of freedom, pursuit of knowledge, and pursuit of happiness. And it pains me to know that there are certain groups of people in all sorts of different areas in the world that are being forced to stay away from certain areas of knowledge or not be able to pursue happiness in their truest sense. And that is probably the worst thing you can do to a human is to deny them their humanity. Yeah, that was hard. That was fire. I didn't expect that to hit as hard as it did. But so yeah, I kind of just wanted to talk about being a human. And for anybody who sees this, I want you to know that you are loved. You are capable of being loved, not because of what you bring to the table, not because you're good at this or you're good at that, just because you're here. It was a 1 in a million chance that you'd be born. It is a 1 in a million chance that you would be born. But here you are watching this video, which I'm also thankful for. Thank you very much. But try to look at yourself with a little bit more lightheartedness and know that you are special just because you are here. I'm rewatching Attack on Titan right now, and there's one scene where Aaron's mom is talking to the commandant before he's the commandant. It's a flashback scene, and he talks about being the commandant talks about being a chosen one and how he has this grandiose idea of what he has to do to be special and to be a chosen one. And Aaron's mom just kind of looks at him while she's holding baby Aaron, and she's like, well, I think Aaron's special just because he was born. That shit punched me in the face, gave me the left right wombo combo. I was like, damn, she right. She's spitting. Let her cook. Let her cook. But if you don't take anything away from this video, if you've even watched this long, I hope that you will take away that everybody has a story. It might not be the same as yours. It might not be as dark or as lighthearted as yours, but everybody has a story. Everybody is different. We can't force people to fit into the ways that we see things and the way that we experience things because they're not us. They're not. And they won't be. They will be them and you will be you. And that is perfectly fine. That is the best way for it to be. Because what's most important is that we find a way to coexist with these other people. At least that's my opinion on it. But yeah, if you've listened to my dumbass rant about this for this long, I really appreciate it. I have no idea how long this video is going to be. Currently recording at about 30 minutes. Probably not going to be the whole video. Probably going to be like 15, maybe 10 minutes. But I really appreciate the time that you've taken to watch this. And hopefully in the future, I will have a more higher quality setup going to where things go a little bit smoother. But yeah, that's it. I think I'm going to end it here. I've really enjoyed this and I look forward to making more. I hope that if you've watched this long, that you enjoyed it. Maybe I said something that spoke to you. Maybe you have different viewpoints from what I've said. Feel free to start a conversation down below. I'd love to talk about Whatever. Tell me about your day. Tell me about the date that you went on a little bit ago. Tell me about how your favorite song hasn't come on the radio in a while and that makes you sad. Tell me about you, because I think that a lot of people feel as though no one wants to hear about that. But I do. I do. I hope that this video finds you well. I hope that you continue to have a good day, week, month, and until I see you again, thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye.